Today we're comparing networking options when it comes to connecting your PCs to your home router. These options are all under $50 and we're going to compare them all right here on the Ujamaa Network. I'm Antoine Anderson. Let's talk about it. Full disclosure here, brief disclaimer. We want to start off by telling you none of these devices are going to be ideal for any gamers or anybody doing some heavy duty streaming in 4K. These options do not hit the advertised specs on the box, whether it's the 150 Nano or the gigabit Powerline device. None of them hit anywhere close to those numbers when it comes to your speed. And we're also going to let you know that we're using a 500 megabit per second AT&T connection, fiber optic connection. And we're getting those speeds with our Ethernet cables, and that's going to be your best option if speed is a concern. However, it's not always the cat's meow when it comes to your particular situation. Sometimes you need the flexibility and ability, that is, to move a device like a PC to a separate room without having to run a whole bunch of Ethernet cable through your house or through your walls. These options are ideal for that. Now, if you're working from home and you're doing a lot of text-based work, you're getting emails and stuff, all of these options will be just fine for you. But if you're doing any gaming, don't even bother. The speeds advertised on these boxes are not what you're going to get. Now, with that said, we're going to start off with the Powerline adapter. Now, the Powerline adapter, this one actually disappointed me the most, and that's because I've advertised on the box. This was the gigabit device. Now, what makes this thing so unique is that you can use this device in any room of your house, and it prevents you from having to run cable throughout the house by using your existing Powerline infrastructure. That means all your outlets. What you do is you plug this into to an outlet, and you plug in an Ethernet cable right here in the bottom, going from this device to your computer, and then its partner over here, same thing. You're plugging an Ethernet cable in from the outlet from here to your router. Now, this is ideal if you're working from home and you're doing a lot of text-based things. You're connecting to Word, Excel, spreadsheets, and a network connection to like a VPN. That's just fine. However, the speeds advertised on this box were 1,000 megabits per second. As you can see here, we're getting nowhere near that upload or download. And that was truly disappointing. Now, why is that? That's because if you're not on that same circuit, this signal is going through your house to your junction box and back to wherever the source and destination is. Now, it's great in theory, but the best option, optimally, if you are on the same circuit within that, typically in your house, it's going to be in the same room, so it will really defeat the purpose of doing it, just run a cable. But in the optimal situation, it has to be on the same circuit. It's just keeping things 100, just from point to point. Problem with it is, even in optimal, you're only getting 100 megabits per second. If you're paying for 500 megabits per second internet connection speed like I am, you're really not serving yourself any cool points, because you're not maxing out. You're not getting anywhere close to that in the best situation. Is it a bad buy? Absolutely not. It's a situational thing. And this is one of the reasons why I used mine for so long, because if you don't want to run the cable through the house, you already got cable that's in your wall, so you don't have to bust up any walls to run cable. And it's still a good option, but just not for a gamer. Now, these next two options are USB plugins. These are devices you plug right into a USB port of your computer, and you're using your Wi-Fi network. Now, this one was particularly disappointing in its upload speed. If you are streaming like I am, and you're trying to upload video content to YouTube or to your social media channel or platform, that upload speed is what's going to keep you up at night especially if it's getting anything close to this right here. So disappointing. Now, this particular device is advertising 150 megs per second. Now, what's stopping it from hitting that? Well, again, a lot of things. Mainly the distance between you and your device. This is a wireless in network. It's designed to go through certain obstacles, barriers like hard walls, firewalls, or whatever. But the maximum speed I got here was 26 meg per second. What factors in here? There are two channels basically that your wireless receiver works on, a 2.4 gigahertz and a 5 gigahertz connection. This particular small device, and this is the Nano here, and I don't know if you guys can zoom in on that one right there. There we go. This is a TP-Link Nano device. As you see, you just plug it into the back of your computer. Small, very compact, only takes up one port. Problem is the download speed was like 2 meg per second. I don't know what rendered into that. Of course, this thing is only like $9, so it's a very easy option. And again, you're not tracing cable throughout the entire house, and you can put it in any room. But if those rooms are covered with a lot of walls, or especially brick walls, if you're in a brick home, you might have some problems with that, such as putting a computer in the basement and then trying to connect to a router that's in the first floor, whatever the case may be. This is an option for people who are working from home and don't require an intense amount of speed, but it's going to make your life miserable if you're trying to upload content and you're still not getting that advertised 150 meg per second connection. You're getting closer to 30 maybe on a good day. Now, last but certainly not least is the TP-Link Archer AC600. This is a 600 megabit per second device, so says the advertisement. And again, another disappointment. Much like the Wi-Fi Nano device where you plug it into the USB, this is the same thing, but it has a higher gain antenna, much longer antenna. And basically, you just plug in this bad boy in, and you are getting decent speeds. And when I say decent, this is the only one to get close to 100 megabits per second, and that's anywhere throughout your house. Now, you can limit these type of connections, or maximize the connection by getting closer to the router. The difference with this device over the Nano is that this works on the 5 gigahertz band. That's that 5 gigahertz band versus the 2.4, which is what the Nano here was working on. So what does that mean? I plugged that device in and added it to my router on a 2.4, and I got less than half the speed of what I was getting on a 5 gigahertz band. So definitely an option for us. It's going to be a lot faster using this device in the location where the computer is right now to upload this video. The only thing better than any of these things is just plugging an Ethernet cable throughout the house. I hate to say it, but that's just a fact. If you have a gigabit port on the back of your router, you need 6E or 7 cable, category 6E or category 7 cable, maybe Cat 8 if you want to go with that high, but why? Your speed that you're paying your internet company to get that 500 meg per second, that gigabit per second internet, it's going to be limited by the devices that you have routing that speed to your device. So definitely pay attention to what you're putting in here. These kind of speed tests are great, but each one of these devices are under $50. The Powerline device was the only one that's like $40. The Nano was $10, and this AC600 TP-Link device was about $18 after delivery fees and taxes. Take your time, use this video as a reference guide so that you don't make any unwise purchases for things that you're not needed. Again, if you're not gaming, you're not fully utilizing that high-speed internet access. But if you're doing streaming, uploading a lot of content, this is going to make your life a lot easier the faster and closer you get to those advertised numbers. Let me know what your comments are in this bottom. Like and subscribe to the channel to keep it coming. I would love to hear from you. Thanks again. Talk to you soon.